Hi, this is Farida Azad, and today I've asked one of my friends, Josie, to be present so that we can have a conversation about the topic of loneliness versus being alone, because that's what you're struggling with, right?
Right, being alone.
Okay. And so, Josie, already I've introduced you to tapping.
Yes.
And so before we start tapping, I want to ask, how is the experience of being alone different for you than being lonely?
It's different in the sense that it's more along the lines of of being bored, really.
Okay,
So being alone for me is like, oh, it's so boring to
okay.
be alone.
All right, so maybe then this will be part two on boredom because we already made part one on boredom. So we're going to make a second video on boredom. Um, so when does it show up for you? When you're
When
only
I'm when,
alone?
when I'm physically alone.
When you're physically alone. All right. Um, and what what do you do when you're physically alone and the feelings of boredom show up? What do you do?
Normally I try to clean the house and I try to distract myself
Okay.
uh by doing things around mostly doing things around the house,
Okay.
cooking, that sort of
Okay.
thing.
So I want you to imagine that go to the because you're not feeling bored right now
No,
because we're together.
right.
So go back to the last time you were alone and you were feeling bored.
Okay.
So you know the analogy that if we have a weed or a plant and we pull it by its root, what happens to it?
It dies.
It dies. So that's what I want to do. That's what we want to do right now. We want to take this problem by its root so that it will die.
Mhm.
Okay? And on a scale of 0 to 10, 0, it doesn't bother you when you're alone
Mhm.
and you don't feel bored, and 10, you feel bored a lot. How much of a problem is this for you right now?
It's about an 8
And how do you know you have this problem?
because I feel it. You feel that it's like, what do I do with myself?
Hmm.
You know?
Okay. So it's an 8 right now.
Yeah.
Okay. So the last time you experienced it, it was an 8. So we're going to start tapping. So we go to our karate chop, and you can do it with me.
Mhm.
And you say, even though when I'm alone, I feel bored,
Even though when I'm alone, I feel bored,
I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself.
I deeply and profoundly love and accept myself.
Even though I feel bored when I'm alone,
Even though I feel bored when I'm alone,
I deeply and profoundly cherish and respect myself.
I deeply and profoundly cherish and respect myself.
Even though when I'm alone, I feel bored
Even though when I'm alone, I feel bored
and I start distracting myself,
and I start distracting myself,
I deeply and profoundly
and deeply and profoundly
respect and love myself.
respect and love myself.
Okay? Now, we're going to tap in between the eyebrows.
Mhm.
Okay? And so the first step is to give yourself permission to look at your judgments and feelings about being alone and feeling bored. Okay?
Mhm.
So it's safe and beneficial for me to look at my judgments
It's safe and beneficial for me to look at my judgment
about being alone
about being alone
and feeling bored
and feeling bored
and turning to distractions.
and turning to distraction.
Um, it is safe and beneficial for me to experience my feelings.
It is safe and beneficial for me to experience my feelings.
And what are some of these feelings? Look at them. So put yourself in the place you were recently.
Mhm.
You were home alone
Mhm.
and you were feeling bored.
Mhm.
So what showed up for you? Did you feel sad or emotionally disconnected?
Feel a little lost,
You felt lost?
little lost,
Like in what way? Explain that.
like what do I do with myself?
Okay, so a feeling of not knowing what to do with yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And what else was there?
Uh, I worry about running out of things to do to distract myself.
Okay.
So worry.
Okay. So worry about, okay, so it's safe and beneficial for me to acknowledge whatever, all the feelings and emotions I was experiencing
It's safe and beneficial for me to acknowledge all the feelings and emotion I've been experiencing
when I'm alone
when I'm alone
and feeling bored.
and feeling bored.
Okay, so now this is a big problem for you because it's an 8.
Yeah.
So we tap on both sides. I found out that if we tap on our collarbone on both sides, it makes it more powerful.
Okay.
And so it's safe and beneficial
It's safe and beneficial
for me to let go of all these feelings and emotions.
for me to let go of all these feelings and emotions.
It's safe and beneficial for me to let go of my feelings of not knowing what to do with myself.
It's safe and beneficial for me to let go of my feelings of not knowing what to do with myself.
And feeling, do you feel anxious sometimes?
A little bit.
I'm feeling anxious
Feeling anxious.
that when I ran out of all my distractions,
When I run out of all my distractions,
then what will I do with
then
myself?
what will I do?
So there is also some fear.
There is some fear.
Okay. So it's safe and beneficial for me to experience my fears
It's safe and beneficial for me to experience my fears
and to let it go.
and to let it go.
Let it go.
Let it go.
Okay. And here you can either just hold your wrist or you can tap. Okay. And so let it go.
Okay.
Let it go. Take a deep breath. Now, what I like you to do is go, every person has spiritual guide or guides that they highly respect, and in their presence of that spiritual guide, they feel loved, accepted, and they trust their knowledge and wisdom to guide them. Can you think of, and for some people, they are like the teachers from God, like Christ, Krishna, Buddha, Muhammad, Baha'u'llah. For some people, it might be people like Mother Teresa, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Gandhi. Um, the important thing is to have someone like that that you can mentally and emotionally go and sit in their presence. Do you have someone like that?
Yeah, my grandmother.
Okay. All right. So I want you to close your eyes, and you can hold your wrist or you can let go. And I want you to take a deep breath and go and sit in the presence of your grandmother and ask her, first of all, feel her love and acceptance and understanding, and ask her to guide you, to help you go deeper into this feeling and see what the fears are about, what the disconnection is, what the boredom is about. And sit quietly in her presence. And when you have received your guidance, you can open your eyes and then share your guidance. So take as much time as you need.
Okay. All right.
Do you have your guidance?
Yes.
Okay. So what's the guidance?
Um, feel comfortable in your own skin.
Feel comfortable in your skin. Okay. All right. So let's tap a second time. It's safe and beneficial.
It's safe and beneficial
for me to feel comfortable in my skin.
for me to feel comfortable in my skin.
Now, what does that mean to you? Tap on the other.
It's okay to be with myself.
So it's okay to be with yourself.
Yes.
And which self is that? Because we both have
my spiritual and my physical self.
Yeah, so it's safe for you to be with your spiritual self and your physical self,
Yes.
right? Okay, so what's the biggest fear about being with your spiritual and physical self alone?
I might not like what I see,
Okay, so
but I do like what I see.
Okay, so I do like who I am.
I do like who I am.
Okay, I like who I am.
I like who I am.
Okay, and tell me some of the things you like about who you are.
I'm funny.
Okay,
Um, I'm I'm good company to others. Um,
are you good company to yourself?
I need to work on that.
Okay, so It is safe and
It
beneficial
is safe and
for
beneficial
me to become good company to myself.
for me to become good company to myself.
Yeah, and to take better care of myself.
And to take better care of myself.
So I am going to give myself permission
I'm going to give myself permission
to become real good company to myself
to become really good company to myself
and to really treat myself well.
and treat myself well.
And I'm willing to let go of any fears I have.
And I'm willing to let go of any fears I have.
Okay, let it go. All right, now go again in the presence of your grandma and ask her, what can I do? Like, guide me. What can I do to be good company to myself so that I'm not fearful when I'm alone? And that the only option I choose to feel is not boredom.
Read a good book, read a good educate myself while I'm alone. Read books that help me expand my knowledge. That's what I think she would. That's what I feel that she would say. It's like, read a good book. Um,
What about getting to know your spirit better?
yeah, she said. I would say she would say pray.
Pray. Okay, talk to God. All right.
And enjoy the time that you do have with yourself. And enjoy it. Just be at peace with.
Like, get to know yourself better?
Yes, get to know myself better so I can be at peace with myself more.
Okay. All right. All right, let's tap again. It's safe and beneficial
It's safe and beneficial
for me to look at the time alone with myself differently.
for me to look at the time alone differently.
Instead of feeling bored,
Instead of feeling bored,
as if I'm in the presence of a boring person,
as if I'm in the presence of a boring person,
I want to look at myself differently.
I want to look at myself differently.
Yeah. I have the opportunity when I'm alone
I have the opportunity when I'm alone
to get to know myself better.
to get to know myself better.
Yeah. And to appreciate my different qualities.
And to appreciate my different qualities.
Yeah, the qualities of my soul.
The qualities of my soul.
So instead of being scared of being alone,
instead of being scared of being alone,
I'm going to see it as an opportunity.
I'm going to see it as an opportunity
to enjoy my own company.
To enjoy my own company.
Yeah. And to just be with myself.
And just be with myself.
Without any distractions.
Without any distractions.
Yeah. I mean, I can read a good book.
I can read a good book.
Or I could just be silent.
I can just be silent.
And take a walk in nature.
Take a walk in nature.
Or look at the mountain.
Or look at the mountain.
Or just listen to the chirping of the birds.
Or just listen to the chirping of the birds.
Yeah. And just see what my soul wants to teach me.
And just see what my soul wants to teach me.
About who I am.
About who I am.
Yeah. And my wonderful qualities.
And my wonderful qualities.
And the ways I can make a difference in this world.
The ways I can make a difference in this world.
Yeah. And use my unique talents and skills.
And use my unique talents and skills.
To make a difference in this world.
To make a difference in this world.
Yeah. So I am releasing all fears.
I am releasing all fears.
I'm releasing the boredom.
I'm releasing the boredom.
And I'm looking at myself as an interesting person.
And I'm looking at myself as an interesting person.
A person that I have the opportunity to get to know.
A person that I have the opportunity to get to know.
Yeah. So I'm so ready to do this.
I'm so ready to do this.
Yeah. I look forward to the next time I can be alone.
I'm looking forward to the next time I can be alone.
And I don't need to distract myself.
And I don't need to distract myself.
Because I'm not a boring person.
Because I'm not a boring person.
Yeah, I'm an interesting person.
I'm a very interesting person.
Okay? Take a deep breath. And again, go to the presence of your grandma and ask her, is there anything else I need to do? So as not to be scared of being alone in my own company and not even needing to distract myself with a good book, but just be alone with my own soul and have a conversation with my own soul. And when you have an answer, Open your eyes and share.
She says just to smile on the inside
Mm-hmm.
and get to know myself and just be okay with myself.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And that's it.
All right. So let's tap one more time.
Okay.
Um, it is safe and beneficial
It is safe and beneficial
for me to get to know myself.
for me to get to know myself,
Yeah, to get to know my
to
soul
get to know my soul
and my spiritual self.
and my spiritual self.
Yeah. And to look forward to time alone with myself.
And to look forward to time alone with myself.
Imagine like you have the opportunity to meet someone very interesting.
Imagine, yeah,
You have the
I
opportunity.
have the opportunity to meet someone very interesting.
Yeah. So what kind of questions would I ask them?
What do you like? What
Yeah.
do you do?
Yeah. Who are you?
Who are you?
What makes you happy?
What are your goals?
What are your what are your dreams?
What are your dreams?
What brings you inner peace?
What, yeah, what brings
Yeah.
you peace?
What makes you happier?
What makes you happier?
What gives you a sense of higher purpose?
What gives you a sense of higher purpose?
Yeah. So look forward to this time alone to get to know your
I'm
own
looking forward
spirit.
to it now.
Yeah. So I'm really looking forward now
I'm looking
to
forward
being alone with myself.
to being alone with myself.
And instead of thinking that the only way I can be with myself is to feel bored, I'm looking to this as an opportunity to get to know an amazing person.
Get to know an amazing person.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because each of us is an amazing person.
Yes, we are.
We're all made in the image and likeness of God.
Yes.
And there is a universe within each one of us.
Yes.
Yes. So we don't need to constantly distract ourselves.
Correct. We don't need to constantly distract
And
ourselves.
we don't need to constantly be with other people.
Right.
There needs to be a healthy balance
Yes.
between being alone and enjoying the company of our spirit
Yes.
and being with others and giving and receiving love.
Yes.
So when we are also alone, it's like we can be with God.
Yes.
Yeah. And we can um, receive the pure and unconditional love.
Yes.
Through prayer, talking to God, meditation, listening. Okay. So I am releasing any fear that
all
is,
this fear.
yeah, there's no need to be afraid.
No need to be.
Yeah, I'm a beautiful person.
I'm a beautiful person.
Yeah. I'm like a book.
Needs to be read.
I need to read my own book.
Yes.
Yeah. Take a deep breath and go to the presence of your grandma and ask her, is there anything else I need to do to look forward to my own company?
So just do it.
Just do it. Okay? All right? Okay? So now go back to the last time when you were alone and you were feeling bored. And the intensity of discomfort and unhappiness was an 8. And what is it now, right now?
It's nothing.
It's a 0.
Nothing.
Okay, good. So next time when you're alone, see what happens.
Okay.
And if any fear shows up, I just want you to tap and say, it's safe and beneficial for me to feel my fear and to release it.
Okay.
Let it go, let it go, let it go. I'm looking forward to getting to know my wonderful self.
Yes.
Yeah, my beautiful spirit.
Yes.
And to talk to it.
Yes.
And to connect with the creator of my soul.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Any questions?
No, it was wonderful.
All right. Thank you. All right. So you all know how to contact me. In my previous YouTube videos, I said you can contact me through my email, peacefaride@gmail.com, or you can go to my Skype, peace95, and send a request. And we'll be in touch soon with the next one. Bye.